Hello and welcome back to another installment of PokeFodder, and today I want to continue catching everybody up to speed on the newest figures in Pokemon Duel. So far we have touched on Shaman Landform. Don't really want to go back into that figure just quite yet because a couple days ago I did a video on the best megas to run with Shaman Landform. And then yesterday's video was on Shaman Skyform, one of 3 new UX figures that we did have entered into Pokemon Duel. And today I want to talk about Regirock. Not a lot of people talk about Regirock, but let's take a look at this figure. It is a 2MP rock type, and as you can see, I've done 0 duels with this figure. It has the ability of Lock On Blue, and if you watch the video on the new update, the bigger video that talks about just everything that's new, I briefly touched on this Lock On marker, I think is what it is. But let's go on. Lock On Blue. If this Pokemon is not affected by a special condition, then instead of an MP move, it can force one opposing Pokemon within 2 steps of it to spin. If the spin is a result of a blue attack, attach a Lock On marker to that Pokemon. Your turn ends. When this figure, and I was doing when the figure first came out, when I was doing my recap, I said, you know, it sounds to me like this Lock On Blue is going to become something more than just Lock On Blue. And there's a whole series of the Regi line. And so I can really see where other figures are going to have Lock On Purple, Lock On Gold, Lock On White, maybe too much. But I can see where this Lock On is going to be more than just Lock On Blue, because they make the distinction of blue specifically. What it is, we'll find out more when we look later on this wheel, and then as more figures come out, we'll find out if I was actually right on this. I think Rico has mentioned in his videos that he feels the same, that there's going to be more lock-ons from the Regi line, but we'll see. You know, they did the cracked markers with Scissor and Mega Scissor, and then nothing really ever happened again with that until Buzzwole, and then it just kind of went away after that. So they may not do anything else with these lock-on markers, but the potential is there, and I could really see something happening. If we move on to the wheel, you're going to have a 4 miss section. So at level 5, this is going to be erased. You have a 16 wheel slice of Protect, where this Pokemon is going to gain weight. A 32 wheel slice of Hammer Arm, which hits for 150, and then your Pokemon is going to gain weight. And if I'm not mistaken, just talking about EX and under, I want to say that 150 ties with Metagross for the largest damage attack in Pokemon Duel. I'm trying to think of a base damage that's higher. I know some Megas can get up into 160, but off the top of my head, I don't recall any EX or under figures that hit harder than 150. Correct me if I'm wrong. A 20 wheel slice of 2-star Purple Explosion. This Pokemon and all neighbor Pokemon faint. That includes your own. And then a 24 wheel slice of Multi-Blast, which hits for 90. Knocks out all Pokemon that have lock-on markers attached to them. And that wording right there is what makes me think that the Lock On Purple, Lock On Gold is probably going to be a thing at some point down the road. And then where if you land Multi-Blast, you can take out multiple figures at a time. So that's Regirock. In my opinion, I haven't used this figure. I don't know a deck to use this figure in, unless you're going to do like just a white beater type figure. You could do the 32. If you increase that, that'll be 41, the same size as Zapdos Gold. And that's a fairly decent size 150 attack. 150 is going to compete with most mega figures. The explosion is nice. And if you did that, I would say if you increase that to 41 and then you've got the 20, so that's 61, you know, you're going to have about a 60% chance to knock out any figure really that comes at you. The 90, I actually, if I were going to put chain levels in this figure, I think I might actually make the 90 100. So then you have a 150 and 100 attack, and that's most likely what I would do. That's going to help you with Zoro. But there you go. That is Regirock. Now, if we go, I know that there are a couple of feature duels. What happened here? With Regirock. So let's check those out, because I haven't used it, as you saw. So I don't know that I would be the best example if I just threw it in some rando deck and went ham with it. That may not be the best showcase, and there's nothing saying that when I start one of these feature duels that Regirock is going to do anything. But our best chance is this level 10 Regirock. If we look at it, they did expand out the 150, put no chain levels into it, but put Carmonite into it. So there you go. That's what the wheel looks like at level 10, all into the hammer arm. Let's go ahead and check out this match. We got kind of basically a psychic deck versus, I saw Leo in there. Let's see. Just kind of a overall powerful deck, like just a strong deck and then a psychic deck. So we're gonna have the standard Coco and then the block Coco. He's gonna choose to use Lele. Went ahead and pressed up. Bring Leo down because Coco is going to take over that entry point. I imagine, I didn't look, but I imagine there's a Mega Mewtwo Y in there. That was interesting. Oh, swap spot. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. It's gonna go and attack. We're gonna get a neutral turn with the two purples. Lunala is going to start making its way down the board. I wonder if he's going to, he's probably gonna attack with Zapdos here into this Lunala. And he's going to get the gold into purple. So far, so good. Regirock still hasn't made its way onto the field. We're going to get a max revive to get that Lunala right back out on the field. Zapdos is going to move into position. And it looks like JCR is going to use Regirock as a goalie. I can see that. I mean, 150 is, like I said, not a lot is going to knock out the 150. It's got a nice blue for protect. The explosion could get rid of another figure nearby. And this looks like maybe just kind of a clean sweep here without Regirock doing anything. Okay. So Regirock didn't do anything, and it definitely didn't spin to try to put a marker on the figure, but I definitely see what JCR was going for. It was just another goalie, and I get that. I could see that. Let's move on. There were a couple of more Regirocks in the features here. We can look at Jivo and Y Ninja here. Let's give this one a look. If Regirock does absolutely nothing again, there is one more feature that we can watch. So this has the Aggron, Gengar, I'm sure there's Mega Gengar, It has the shiny Rayquaza, the Sky form, and we're going up against an Ultra Beast deck here. And again, Regirock is going to, let me stop this, go to the back line. This is a level 4 with no chain levels, and it definitely looks like they put, yeah. So they put their 3 levels into Hammer Arm, the 150 move. Okay, so let's continue on with our playback. Rocket Ride Formosa, okay. That's going to create an interesting situation because a double chance is going to go down, looking for a call signal on Regirock. And ladies and gentlemen, Regirock is going to get surrounded. And that's the end of that game. All right. So far, neither player that we've watched in the features has used Regirock to do anything other than maintain the back line. Let's check out one more. I know Rico likes to use Regirock, but I don't know if he has any videos up with Regirock. He is live streaming this weekend. I don't know about today, but he will be live streaming this weekend. So maybe if you're able to catch out Rico's channel, you can see Regirock in a little bit better action. We're going to have this one against an electric deck. Coco's going to come out and attack the other Coco. Yep. Okay, so he's going to take Regirock out after Coco. We're going to get our first attack. Oh man, the first time we have a figure attack, Regirock attack, it rolls the 1% miss. That's great. That was great. Look at the Sidgewai. Sidgewai has a lot of value right now. So many people running Shaman Landform, coming out off the bench or evolving and spinning purple figures on entry points. It's such a nice ability there. So Lunala's going to go after Shaman Landform, sitting on the goal. And as to be expected, Lunala easily takes out the Shaman Landform. Coco's going to have to pop back. Gonna burn, and that's going to allow Regirock to come back out. Now Regirock's 150 can cover Lunala's 70. So this should be an interesting matchup coming up here. Lunala wants to burn again. You have to be careful of the fly whenever you're dealing with Rayquaza. Right on cue. Appreciate Rayquaza playing along nicely there. Not going to be able to shuttle flip off of Lunala because of Lunala's ability. Mega Ampharos is going to go down, bring out probably by Brava. Nope, Tapu Koko first, which is going to set up the surround. Okay. Lucky roll. Gets the knockout. Anytime you get Xurkitree off the board is a good thing there. Mew isn't going to put up much of a fight against Tapu Koko. Regirock. Finally. We finally get some action from Regirock. He drops the hammer down on Tapu Koko. Lunala is going to go after the goalie again. Going to make quick work of this goalie. And let's see if Regirock, does he have, I don't even know if he has goal block or if he's just going to straight attack. It's going to double chance. Looking for the 150 into white. The Moongeist Beam is not going to. Regirock actually had a couple of options there. The 150 into the white or the explosion into white. Both of those would have been winning rolls, or even the explosion into Will-O-Wisp or the miss. So really, Regirock could have covered, with those two moves, Regirock could have covered anything that Lunala had on its wheel, with the exception of Moongeist Beam, and it just so happens that Moongeist Beam was the move that was rolled. So, not a lot of showcasing to be done there for Regirock. I haven't used Regirock just because I can't think of a deck to put it in unless you're just going to use it as a standalone figure. I think going as a goalie, I like that, but I almost feel like I like the 150 and the explosion offensively better. So if you have something else that you want to put on goal, the 150 is going to be able to do a lot of damage moving up the board, and it's not going to take a lot of rolls of hitting the 150 in order for you to be putting some serious pressure on your opponent. I'm going to pop open this 24-hour booster, which because of the team event, and let's check out the team event standings real quick. Espeon's actually making a little bit of a competition out of this, with Eevee sitting at like 115,000 points behind, and then poor Umbreon just yeah, Umbreon is a non-issue. So let's open this booster for you. Just pop off our Friday. We're gonna get a Eradicate, a Ladybah, an Ingot Common, and a Cube Rare. So the Cube Rare actually was by far the best thing out of that. Let me know what you guys think of Regirock. Do you have Regirock? Are you using your Regirock? And when if you are using it, do you use it defensively or do you like to use it offensively? Get it up there, mixing it up with other figures. The 150 is gonna beat a lot of things. And then the explosion can be nice too, as far as clearing a path for other figures. That's my first thought of how I think I would use Regirock, but because I haven't used it yet, if you have, let me know in the comments below how you use it. Have a fantastic weekend, and until next time.